was quick, see? So, the other day I made for dinner, I made the fried artichokes, and somebody asked me how to make them. Let me just see it. They're in the book too, in the vegetable section. It's in alphabetical order, so Carciofi are artichokes. It's just the end of the season. I wanted to make these the other day, and then I couldn't find any artichokes. Everyone's finishing them, and then what they do is that these are the last of the artichokes that just kind of grow on the stems. Look, can you see these? They have like little nails on the top there. Can you see that? Let's see how you get this to focus. Can you see that? They could hurt you. They have little nails there. Hi, Robin. Okay, so what we do is we peel them, all the tough leaves off, because they're just tiny, and then they trim down to this, to what we buy as artichoke hearts. Now, I don't know if you can get frozen artichoke hearts in America that you could still make these with, but I'll show you how I clean an artichoke, okay? I already did a little video on this once, so I just, I'll just do this up here. Oh, Carol, thank you. So here's, I'm just pulling, I don't know if you can see, these hard leaves off. Can you hear that? Let me get my hand out of the way. Maybe we can do it left-handed. See, and now when it stops making that noise, I can tell that the artichoke leaves are getting more tender. Okay? And down here, this is what the artichoke heart is, right? This little piece, like right there, okay? Where it's pale yellow. I don't want those purple tips, so I cut that off. And when I was cutting that with the knife, I could feel that these were tough. The knife didn't go through those really easily, so I just pulled those off. And look, it's an artichoke heart. Isn't that amazing? But I need to trim off the ugly part of the stem here. Okay, so I'm just going to make this flat, okay? Hi, Leslie. Nice to see you stop by. Do you guys have fresh artichokes in Tampa? And then I'm just going to slide and trim away all the dark part, okay? Now, we also have the really big artichokes we wouldn't make fried artichokes with. We usually use the smaller ones. The big ones, you could do like Roman style, and I have several recipes on the blog. So see, now that's cleaned. And I could make a preserved artichoke heart with this. And these recipes for the preserved ones are on my website, divinacucina.com, and the blog. And if you go in the search engine, you could put in artichokes, and you'll see all the recipes that come up from artichokes. So I have how to do these pickled, where I just soak them overnight in salt and vinegar, okay? And then, excuse me, hi Francesca. So you pickle them overnight in salt and vinegar, and then let them sit upside down, and let all the liquid come out, and then I pack them in oil and let them sit for like 3 months until I eat them. And those are really good. So today we're going to fry them. So I have just a couple more artichokes to do. I'll just sit here and show you. It's kind of easy. In California, I could get these. Hi, Joyce. You know, in California, you can get these in a bag. Baby artichokes, they're called. And usually they're the ones on the stems. You usually get one big artichoke on the top, like a globe artichoke. And then on the stems, they have like these little baby artichokes. And so they pick those off to let the big ones grow bigger, which is really nice. And then we get these little tiny ones. And it's kind of tedious. You could do it while you're watching TV. I just get, you know, relaxed doing these. So how many did I get today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. I got 20 of them. I didn't ask how much they were because I was so happy to see them. But these smaller ones are more work, and so they're cheaper. The little bigger ones usually sold by the piece instead of by the weight. And these are sold like on a bulk weight. So today we're going to do my mother-in-law's recipe for fried artichokes. Now I remember growing up in California seeing a place in Berkeley. We lived in Walnut Creek, and when we drive through, there's a place just before the Berkeley campus that sold fried artichokes. And you know, we never stopped there. I have no idea why. And then, Joyce, what's the name of the place? Castroville? Ciao, Margaret. How was Luca? Castroville, I guess, is artichoke capital in California, so there's tons of them. So in California, we're really lucky. When you buy these here too, you can get those big globes, and they come long stemmed, because the stem is just is an extra part of the heart. So when you get them with a big artichoke, they're thick, and you can just trim off the dark green part and then cook that up too, and make like a. On my blog, I have an artichoke soup that I do with the stems. Don't need to throw anything away. I mean, we throw these tough tips away. Fortunately, remind me, fabulous. There's some cute little bars on the beach there. Castroville artichokes, yeah. Francesca, where do you live? I don't think I ever asked. I don't remember. So I'm almost finished trimming these, and then I'm going to cut them, the bigger ones into quarters and the smaller ones just into halves. And these are just, oh my God, they're like eating peanuts. So Florentines are really good at frying food, and we do a fritto misto, and you get fried, oh, Long Beach, right in California. Usually you can get fried artichokes, fried zucchini blossoms, fried zucchini, fried eggplant, and then served it'll have fried chicken and fried rabbit. I'm not sure with the bones, without the bones. This huge big tray of food. And that's what usually people go out here for. They love to go out for fried foods. So sometimes if there's fried artichokes, I just get a whole side of those because they're so good and it's so much work. It's so nice to just be able to go eat them. Okay, my artichokes are done. And then you put them in water with lemon juice or with vinegar. Okay, these have been sitting for a while, so they did get a little dark. These ones right here, you can see. But that's going to be fine. See, why isn't that focusing? There you go. There you go, see? So, put this in this other dish for a second. And then this is my mother-in-law's recipe, and she was so smart in shortcuts, okay? She grew up outside of Florence in a little town called Fellini Valdarno, which is off of the A1 highway. And I think her mom died when she was young. And so, during the war, they moved into Florence. They had to abandon their house. Can you see there? You don't need to see me cutting artichokes, do you? Let me move this down a little bit. I'll bring you over here closer and then down. Can you see that? So what I'm going to do... There. Where can you see me? Here. These big ones... just cut straight down, and you can see there's like no purple. Can you see that? Let's see if I can put my hand here. There's just that little bit of choke, which you can eat, but you want to be sure you don't have any of that, the purple part, okay? This is kind of big, so I'm going to cut this one in half again. So I'm going to do these in quarters. And I'm going to put them back into this clear bowl so you'll be able to see the batter that I do. So I think most people, when they fry things, think about making a batter and then dipping things in it. Well, what she does is she creates the batter around the artichokes. This is a small one, so I just do it in half. You can just see how beautiful these are. And plus, these are so nice, we can actually eat them raw. So you can just, you get a pinzimonio, and you would take these artichokes and cut them in quarters and dip them in olive oil with salt, and you can eat the entire thing. These crazy Italians, huh? There you go. So what we're going to do now is, once these are cut up, we're going to break an egg on top of this and beat the egg with a pinch of salt and cover the artichokes with egg. So this will just need one egg. And we do the same for the fried chicken. Ciao, Margaret. Have a nice time. Say hi to your mom. Enrico and Edmondo. And so we're going to... Anyway, fried chicken, she does the same way. So she puts all the chicken, like boneless thighs and boneless breasts, if you wanted to, in a bowl. Break the egg on top of it, and then the flour. And it ends up looking like it's nothing and it's not enough. And it's going to be just great. Magic batter. I got off the small pan. I think I need a bigger pan. I was going to do it in shifts. I think I'll still do that. Okay? So there we have our cut up artichokes. Okay. See, probably better like that, then you can see it. The artichokes. Okay. And I'm just going to take an egg and break it in here. Make sure you don't get any shell. And just mix it up. You know, the artichokes have a little water on there, but really not very much. I'm going to add some salt. And while I'm doing this, I'll heat the pan with a little bit of olive oil in it. So I fry in extra virgin olive oil because I live here. And when I go to my my local olive mill, I get extra virgin, first quality, pure olive oil for 10 euros a liter. So I can fry in that. There you go. I'm going to heat that. So I got the salt and the beaten egg, okay? And now I'm going to add flour. And again, our flour is that 0-0 flour, so it doesn't absorb a lot. So you'll just have to look at your own flour and artichokes, how big your eggs are and everything. Hi Diana, how are you? And just scrape away the side of the bowl. And this just makes a mess. It looks like it's not batter. It's just clinging to the artichokes. Let me show you. Can you see that? It doesn't really look like batter. But wait to see how beautiful they come up. So I might just add a little bit more. Hi Rosie, Toronto. Wow. Do you know the Florence market is called San Lorenzo? I love it. Okay, so that's done. It's just a big sticky kind of looking mess. I'm going to let my oil get hot. And then I'm going to prepare a place to put the fried artichokes. This is my husband's Italian paper towel. We still get paper bags here. So we're going to recycle paper bags. This is from the bakery. Okay. You can do whatever you like. See if I can't breathe. Leslie, I have to use gluten-free flour. That's no problem. Yeah. Oh, the Starbeni, the gluten-free bakery Starbeni is really great. It's a chain. It's all over Italy. And the grocery stores have the Dr. Shar flour and bread and breadcrumbs and stuff. They have really nice products. When I teach cooking classes, I often have clients that need to go gluten-free. Okay. Let me bring you closer now. So we're frying. There. Can't really get too close with that, can you? So I grew up using chopsticks, so let's see if it's hot. It'll sizzle. Yep. It's sizzling. I like to put the flat side down first. When you're frying, you don't want to make it too full. You don't want them to stick together. So I just put them one at a time, and I go in order, like around the pan. Leslie, where do you live? Do you guys have allergies too? I didn't find out till I moved out here to the countryside. I used to have really bad allergies growing up, hay fever and stuff. And when I went to Florence, I got allergies again, and they said it was that the pollen crystallized with the stuff that comes out of a car. What's that called? Exhaust from a car. And so, ciao Marcella. Oh, it's Sicilia. And so I moved out of Florence and was better until the olives and cypress trees make me crazy. So I kind of try to stay in the house as much as possible, like for about a week. or have to take tons of drugs. Okay, so see, this is just very simple. And when I turn this, then you'll see the batter. But again, not too crowded, okay? There we go. Yeah, if I get asthma, I have to like go to the hospital sometimes if it doesn't get under control. Yeah, one of the things they've gotten over, I guess there was someplace like Phoenix where people moved because they had respiratory problems. And it was like desert, right? Then everybody started planting flowers, and now everybody's got allergies out in Phoenix, too. Kind of silly. So I can't really do anything about my cypress or olive trees. That's just, they were here before me, so. So I'm just flipping these. And when they get gold, that's it. They cook really quickly because it is such a tender artichoke. Now, if you're in Italy, I can even buy bags of already cleaned artichokes frozen. Hi, Susan. How's Texas? You miss Florence? It's getting hot. There's nothing to miss. Hot and crowded. Okay? So now, to me, they almost kind of look like they're little, like tempura artichoke hearts. Can you see the funny little fried, how the batter gets all bumpy, kind of? It's really lovely. Yes, Susan, you've got air conditioning. You know, Italians, they hate that air conditioning. Okay, and then when this comes out of the hot oil, we want to be sure to then salt them. Okay, so I like to turn things a couple times. My zucchini blossoms, everything. Just because, you know, the heat varies. And these are like little poppers. They're so good. They're really, really yummy. And I do, it's fun for kids to do it with chicken too, little chicken strips. So we're getting into our summer food, which usually means no cooking. So we have, I just went and got, tomorrow's a holiday, so it's like our Labor Day weekend. And so we're getting, let me move this back in so I can talk to you. I bought mozzarella and tomatoes, and I bought prosciutto and melon. So I'm just cooking for you guys, but I won't be cooking for me. Here, let me fix this. We're going to go cool because it's starting to get nice and hot. There, that's better. Oh, yeah. So, today I went and I got homeopathic eye drops at the doctor. Yesterday I got new allergy pills. It was just horrible. So now I'm turning them again. They're just getting golden. When they're golden, they're done. You may want to, you know, do quality control. So take one out. I haven't seen my friends Patrick and Wendy yet. I want to say hi because they were just here for a week, staying right near me, which is great. When I do my culinary weeks, there's a beautiful villa just right down the hill from me that has apartments and has a swimming pool. It's really, and one of the most beautiful views of the valley in San Gimignano. Okay. Give you an example now. I can put my hand there. Can you see? Look behind here maybe. It's getting nice and golden. That's really pretty. Hola, Venezuela. Do you say hola too, like Mexico? Hola. Okay, so these then can just come up here and sit on the side. And I'll lightly salt them. Then the next ones will go faster because the oil's gotten hotter. Okay. So I'm actually going to put this as a blog post on the blog and show you. We just met a cute guy down the street too that has a farm. And the other day I bought from him. The normal girl, I buy them from Erica. She was already out. Her mother had already taken all their artichokes and turned them preserved in olive oil. So it's really nice because there are people that will do it for you. I usually used to do about 150 of these baby artichokes. Buy them at the Central Market in Florence from our friend Leo. And you'll see his recipes online too. He has some great recipes. And I would preserve them in a jar. So I do his pickled ones that were in vinegar and salt overnight, and then drain them and then pack them in oil. And those are really, really good. And then he also would, he would do them fried like this. Excuse me. And a little bit less oil. And then he would throw milk on top of the artichokes, which then would help finish stewing them a little bit more. And then on top of that, he would put beaten eggs and make it an artichoke omelet, which is really one of our favorite kind of vegetarian meals here. There's a trattoria called Sostanza who does a beautiful swirled artichoke omelet. And they do it in a small pan, sitting directly on coals in their kitchen. And it's really, really special. It's like magic. It's worth trying to get in there at least once in your life. The chicken breasts, they give you a whole chicken breast, which is 2 breasts, right? They come in sets. And in like a pound of butter. It's a little too much for me. I like their grilled things like a veal chop or the share steak. But the artichoke omelet is really, really good. They swirl it and it comes up the edges and it's very, very light. Really, really nice. See, these are going much faster this time. These are the last artichokes here now. So now everything's starting to get red. We're getting the first nice ripe tomatoes, cherries. We just got the first apricots. Cantaloupes are good right now. The first watermelons are coming in. So summer is here. Oh, hi, Mike. How are you? Mike, did you see the link I gave you for the Calabrian pasta that Rosetta from her tour did? That looks like something totally up your alley. They were kind of almost like a pulled spaghetti, twisted, and then stayed in one big long thing, and then as she wrapped them and twisted them again, she lightly squeezed them, and they came into like fettuccine, and then she tore them apart. It was great for a show. I love homemade pasta, and my friend Mike just checked in. He's like the king of all the unusual pastas. It's so fun. There's so many great regional dishes here in Italy that people have never seen. So these are these beautiful little artichoke heart bites. So my husband's really going to love me tonight. So if you wanted to do these for a party and fry them ahead of time, you can always just like warm them up before you serve them. You know, sometimes people don't like their house to smell like fried food. Whereas in Italy, you walk in, you smell something frying or barbecuing, and everyone gets all excited. They start salivating. They get hungry. And add a little more oil now. I'm going to finish these off. So it's nice. So I've had 20 artichokes, and most of them I cut into half. So that's 40, but then some of them I cut into quarters. So you get really quite a bit here. And it's very precious. Ciao, Angela. It's 30 degrees Italian, which I think is in the high 80s. I'm dying because I have allergies. And it gets kind of asthma-y, so that I can't breathe. All these great the olive trees. But I'm thinking it should be over pretty soon, and they should be turning into little buds. And the trees this year are just packed with blossoms. So I'm thinking we're going to have a really good olive oil year. The past couple of years, it's gotten like there's been freezes and the blossoms have fallen off, and there hasn't been enough oil to go around, so it's been really bad. Or they got the fly, this little fly, that lays its eggs in the ground by the tree, and then when the olives start harvesting, is like turning ripe is when they start to hatch, and then they go and they eat the olives. They burrow a hole in the olives, and then you can't eat the olives. They can't make them. They won't crush them for oil because they've been contaminated with these little bugs. Unless you want to just consider a little extra protein, right? So this year, fingers crossed, it looks good. Because usually what has to happen is it has to get really cold in winter to kill off the little eggs of the flies. So I kind of like all this tedious little work, like cleaning the artichokes, frying the artichokes. And for those of you, let me just show you what I just made. I did 2 videos today instead of just one. Hi, Melanie. You and Art. Oh. Live here in New York. Who's that? This is my pesce finto. It's my mother-in-law's recipe. Fresh cream. Excuse me. I'm frying in last year's new oil, which is not new anymore because it's May. I don't use the yellow one ever, 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 ever. I only buy extra virgin green olive oil. Because I can, because it's only 10 euros a liter. So this is fake fish. It's like a cold mashed potato salad with tuna. It has capers, vinegar, a little bit of mayonnaise, and then these funny little scales. But when you're in America and good olive oil is $75 a bottle, for sure frying something else. What you have to be careful of, when they say olive oil is not for frying, it's because most of the oil that's sold is not true extra virgin olive oil. There's no truth in the labeling, or there wasn't. And people were bringing in oil from Turkey and Greece and blending it in Tuscany and calling it Tuscan oil so they could sell it for more, filtering it, coloring it, changing it. So if my oil here costs me 10 euros a liter, by the time they ship it to you, that would be like 20. By the time somebody adds on their money, that's 30. And taxes and all that kind of stuff. Pure extra virgin olive oil, I think I've seen from like wineries, is like $40 for half a liter. I would not fry in that. I would just use that as a finishing oil. But I've seen them. There are a couple of really good oils. Costco has people here that raise olives for them, so they have real traditional Tuscan olive oil. What's it called? Kirkland, something like that. And then also Lucchini, L-U-C-I-N-I. They also contact real farmers. And so the olives are picked, harvested, and that's it. Nothing's done to them. And those two aren't very expensive. If you want to, you could use like a corn oil or sunflower seed oil and add a couple tablespoons of olive oil to it for flavor. Because I think olive oil does give it a nice flavor. See, these are getting browner faster. Almost done. So if I have any artichokes left over, I can just throw them in a pan. And like I was saying, make an artichoke frittata out of them. Artichokes and eggs are really good. Asparagus and eggs, zucchini. We've been doing a lot of that lately. We just ate the last of our asparagus. I have like 10 little asparagus plants out there. They're still kind of young. It's only like 4 years old. So they're not really giving off a lot of asparagus yet. And it's funny because some of them are big and fat, and some are really like skinny, wild kind. So I just have one more little tray here of the artichokes. Anybody have any questions, or what do you think I should make next? Hi Deb, how's your back? I'm thinking summer's here. I already did panzanella. I was thinking of showing you my salami, salami dolce. It's a chocolate cookie dessert that looks like salami. I just keep thinking it's time to picnics and buffets and making things you can have later. And it's really, really fun. Especially now kids are out of school. Let me wash my chopsticks off for a second. Salami dolce, I know, Margaret, isn't it fabulous, Martha? So I've gotten several different recipes. One even has melted chocolate in it, so it's richer and fudgier. Got some really good versions. I also run a master chocolate program once a year for chocolate makers through the École Chocolat. It has a chocolate school online, and when you go to actually chocolate makers, they make like a big thick chocolate ganache. I do with that. It's really good too. Almost done. These are going so fast now. Yeah, have you ever seen, Robin? Have you ever seen the Pan di Spagna? You know, did you see the gluten-free almond cake I made? That comes out even nicer than Pan di Spagna, but I could do that. I was a pastry chef, so Pan di Spagna is easy. The only thing is I don't do anything with electrical tools because I do everything by hand, so it takes me a while to whip the egg whites. But it's, I love Pan di Spagna. See if I can get inspired. You know, Pan di Spagna is sponge cake, so it's good for the Christmas, the Bûche de Noël. But also here, this one, I think, I can't remember the name. There's one that they do, and they serve with a warm zabaglione on top of it. That's really good. Also, I really love like the apple cakes that they make here, that the Italian moms make. See, these are done. These are faster, and it's so hot now. Make sure. But remember, I said we could also eat these raw, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. The almonds. Charlene, you put sliced lemons on it, huh? I saw that. My husband was impressed. But you know what I would do? I don't know if you did this. Did you put the sliced lemons on the bottom and then flip it over? I would butter and sugar the pan and then put the lemons paper thin. And then when you flip it over, they should be caramelized a little bit. Panna cotta. Yeah, we already made panna cotta. That's on my Facebook, on the YouTube channel. You can already see that. And Martha, what I did I started it like creme caramel. So I put melted sugar in the bottom of the containers first, and then I made the panna cotta on top of it. So we turned it out. Had the caramelized sugar. Okay, that's it. My fried artichokes. And that was really a beautiful presentation. That was really, really, really nice. Okay. So here's my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fried artichokes. And now that they're done, we want to salt them. And that helps make crisp them up. Okay? Let me show you. Beautiful. Oh, that's mine. Oh, they're hot. Beautiful Tuscan fried artichokes. Imagine that even with some nice prawns or little fried chicken bits. Of course, we wouldn't have no sauces on them. We put lemon juice. That's it. Okay, thanks you guys. Thanks for coming by. Share with all your friends, and we'll think about what to do next, okay? You could write to me on the Dining with the Diva Facebook page, okay? Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Oh, your Italian classmates. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You can leave me messages, okay? Got to eat these while they're hot. Ciao.